Hey guys, so this is the RT-T10, a pair of in-ear monitors housing planar magnetic drivers. Now, planar magnetic drivers have a separate fan base altogether, and it's for the simple reason that there is a distinct audio signature that these drivers are able to produce, especially in the department of the bass response. So sit back and relax and let me tell you whether the RT-T10 lives up to the hype of housing a planar magnetic driver and whether this deserves a place in your arsenal. Alright, so with that said, let's start with the unboxing. Now the RT-T10 comes in its typical packaging, nothing too fancy or showy. Sliding off the outer cover, you greet it with a box. Inside it, you get some paperwork, you get a number of sets of different sized silicone ear tips, you get a branded hard case to carry these in-ear monitors in, the silver-plated oxygen-free copper cable which is of very high quality, and it has 2-pin connectors on one end and a 3.5mm jack on the other. And of course you get the RT-T10 in-ear monitors themselves. Okay, let's talk about the specs of the RT-T10. So these house 14.2mm planar magnetic drivers. It's got an impedance of around 16.5 ohms. So again, although these are going to be categorized as low impedance in-ear monitors, as always I would suggest that you pair these with a portable DAC, nothing too fancy or expensive, just something to make sure that these can perform to their full potential and leave nothing in the tank. And of course, the one I use personally, I'll link in the description below. Now, in terms of build quality, this is where I have my gripe because it's made of plastic with a round metal faceplate. So I am a fan of metal and resin, but this plastic feels a bit too toyish, I would say. It's not as premium feeling. It's very slippery, although it's light and it's comfortable in the ear and there is no ear fatigue even for long listening sessions. It's just that to the touch, it doesn't feel very premium. So that's my gripe with the build quality of the RT-T10. Alright, so with the specs and the features out of the way, let's get into the main criteria, which is the audio quality. So if you're an existing viewer, you know that I judge audio products based on how they produce the 3 major frequencies that broadly make up any sound that you hear: the highs, the mids, and the lows. The highs or the treble, where the sharp sounding instruments are, the mids where the vocals are, and the low end or the bass response. Starting off with the treble response or the higher frequencies, the high frequencies had excellent resolution with very impressive control over the technicalities without going overboard and sounding sibilant. It has great detail retention and richness, and all the instruments that fell into the higher frequency range had very good clarity and spacing between these instruments, so overall the treble response was simply great. Next up we have the mid frequencies where the vocals are. Now vocals sounded beautifully mellow and smooth and had excellent decay. Female vocals sounded pristine without being layered with any superficial sharpness or clarity, which makes it sound processed. And male vocals also sounded very natural with a lot of natural warmth and tonality. So overall, the vocals had a very organic feel to them. String instruments like the strokes of guitars sounded very organic and natural. They had maintained that warmth and richness of the string instruments, and even the spacing between instruments in the mid-frequency range was very well rendered. So the mids were naturally warm and easy on the ears. Finally, we have the bass response or the low end. Now the bass response is exactly what you'd expect from a planar magnetic driver. It was extremely tight, there was excellent control over the decay, there was zero distortion, and you get that sweet rumble of the sub-lows. Now the soundstage of the RT-T10 was very wide, so you can easily distinguish between the space of the instruments, and it had a beautiful soundstage. So this is also very crucial if you're planning to use these for gaming, where your spatial awareness is very important. So these could also be a very viable option for gamers. Now I always maintain that sound, how you like it, is a very subjective experience. So some might be a purist and want a very neutral response, some might be a bass head, and some might want a bit more clarity in the vocal. And for this I found that although these sound amazing by themselves without any sort of tweaking, however, when I used the rock preset on my phone from the music player, it just took these in-ear monitors to the next level. Everything got more immersive, got richer, and the overall experience was much more hefty. So definitely tweak the equalizer if you know how to go about it, or use a preset and find the sound that you like the best. Okay, just to summarize, barring my only gripe, which is with the plastic build quality, everything else about the RT-T10 is an absolute win, especially the sound quality. So yes, it absolutely does live up to the hype of having used a planar magnetic driver. So if you get this, you're not going to be disappointed. So there you have it, guys. That was my review of the RT-T10 in-ear monitors housing planar magnetic drivers. If you have any questions regarding this, do hit me up in the comment section below. I'll try my best to answer them. As always, the link of the RT-T10 will be in the description below. So will the link of the DAC that I use. I would really appreciate if you use those links to make your purchase. It will never cost you anything extra, but you guys will be helping me run this channel, and I can produce more such high quality and helpful content just for you guys. So thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, share this video with your friends, and as always, I'll catch you guys very soon in the next one. Cheers.